Hi, Shavuot Tov, everybody. We continue this fantastic series here of a daily page of Talmud, Masechet Sanhedrin. Naturally, we're on page 48. That's naturally, we call that Memchet in Hebrew. What a fantastic Shabbat it was over here in Israel, Parshat Bo. It's always nice to, this time period, especially of Shemot till Bashalach, it's very much prepares us for a warm-up for the Passover festival, which is usually 2 months away from the time we are really recording this. But what's interesting in today's page, taking an insight from the famous Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz, gives brilliant tidbits in of itself. So he's actually saying that much of this perek, this chapter which we are dealing with, has focused on the laws that govern how the Bet Din, the Jewish court, carries out capital punishment. There are also extrajudicial punishments that can be, let's say, meted out, retributed by the government in times of need, like special circumstances in of itself. Thus, let's just say, for example, a Jewish king found that an individual had sinned against the monarchy. He could arrange for him to be tried and killed. That's, wow, this is, some might say, staggering. The Gemara on today's stuff quotes a Tosefta that distinguishes between Haruge Malchut. What is Haruge Malchut? That is people who are put to death by the king, and Haruge Bet Din. This is where the Bet Din, the Jewish court, will actually have jurisdiction to mete out that specific punishment in itself. While naturally the children of Haruge Bet Din receive their inheritance from the condemned man, as they would have, let's say he died of natural causes in of itself. The inheritance of Haruge Malchut is confiscated by the king. So the difference, if someone has been ordered by the kingship or by the Bet Din, what is going to happen to the inheritance in itself? Will the next of kin get it in of itself? Rabbi Yehuda, however, is going to disagree over here. Very interesting enough. And he argues that even the property of Haruge Malchut would go to their children respectively. So they won't lose out over here. What's the source for this, friends? The source for the first opinion, which is raised as, let's say, a responser to Rabbi Yehuda, is a case of Navot ha-Yisraeli. What actually happened over here? Navot ha-Yisraeli. What happened? There was naturally a story, I believe, which was actually in Sefer Melachim, the first book of Kings, in chapter 21, verse number 18, where there was King Achab, wicked. He was, according to many, not a good king. Wanted to purchase a vineyard from Navot, very famous man. He refused to sell it to him since it was his family's inheritance. Naturally, people are very, close with in regards to it. King Achab, however, was saw that his wife, Queen Ezebel, a very wicked queen, was not happy about it. She was, and Queen Ezebel assured him that she would take care of the matter and arrange for false witnesses to testify that Navot had cursed the king. She was going to orchestrate this, let's just say, in of itself. She was going to say, so once Navot was, let's say, duly killed, the Navi recounts that King Achab took possession of the field, an action that led to a sharp rebuke from the prophet Eliyahu Navi, who said, Ha ratzta ve'gam yarashta? Have you actually murdered and then you expect to inherit? So it's like sort of, let's say, a rebuke that Elijah the prophet gave on King Achab over here. So the commentator, someone named the Me'eri, he's going to point out that the only time that the property of Haruge Malchut would be confiscated, let's just say, by the king, was when the person was killed on account of having rebelled against the monarchy. That will be the case where it can be confiscated. If, however, it was killed because of some other pressing social need, for example, a person who was known to be a murderer based on clear evidence that was not accepted in ordinary courts because he had not been properly warned of the punishment that he would receive, then his children would receive their inheritance as in a normal case of their father's passing. Let's just say, in of itself, their father's death over here. So very, very interesting. I would recommend everyone to actually look about this story. About always, it's good to learn the Torah, even Ketuvim, respectively, Sefer Kings, Melachim, which features all these stories in regards to the kings. Some of them were good kings, some of them weren't such good kings. It's featured naturally in that. I would recommend everyone to do a seder a day, maybe 10 minutes a day, also learning from the prophets and from the writings in of itself. I recommend that in of itself. And what a view here on this crisp night over here in Israel. In of itself. I hope you all had a good Shabbat over here. We're learning every day. We've done 47 pages already. Naturally, we know that the Talmud actually starts always on Daf Bet, page number 2. It never starts on page number 1. So we've done already 48, which is absolutely phenomenal feat in of itself. Keep going every single day. Friends, we've been doing this since May 2022, where we started Masechet Ketubot. So you can always watch over all the videos we've done so far on the Daily Talmud. We've covered probably about 900 daily pages of Gemara, which is absolutely phenomenal. You can watch over it. I would recommend everyone go on the playlist and just put on each Masechet. You can look for it and watch them all, do Chazara, take the Gemara out at the same time, or even not. You can be walking the street and listen to all of them. It's actually interesting. I did a whole Yakut's Yosef's series about a year ago, and I've got someone constantly learning it every single day, and he's messaging me with thanks and how he's improving with it and how he's enjoying it so much. So it's all there. It's for all of us. We're a community here. We're learning together. Wishing you all well, and the Shavuot Tov to you all.